discussion for today, class, is we're going to have our angle measure and angles in standard position. So for our new lesson, we have here the angle measure and angles in standard position. So let's start first with our word angle. Unsa din ang angle, class? What do we mean by angle when we were in grade 10 or grade 8, grade 9? I think nakuha naman ninyo siya. How does angle formed? Or unsay porma sa angle di ay?
Angle is formed by any shape or diameter.
Any shape or diameter? An angle is a figure formed by two rays called the side of an angle. The side of an angle sharing a common endpoint called the vertex of the angle. That is what is on the Google. Yes, and that is also correct. So when we say angle, it is formed by two rays. So meaning to say two rays, di ba ang forma sa rays, class, is like this. You can see sa akong sa akong laser, so you have there kana siya, and then na siya arrow pababaw. So ang forma sa tong angle, class, is kani siya and then paana. Meaning to say these two rays can be extended anywhere. So this one and then this one. That is our angle. So we are going to talk about the measures of an angle and then the standard position in an angle. So unsa dining mga standard position ug unsa dining angle measure. So let's start first with our angle measure. So can you please read angle measure, Pelayo?
Sure.
Yeah, read
Ang
angle
angle measure.
measure.
An angle is formed by rotating a ray about its endpoint. In figure shown below, the initial side of usay pagbasa ni Char.
Angle AOB.
Angle AOB is OA, while the terminal side is OB. An angle is said to be positive if the ray rotates in counterclockwise direction, and the angle is negative if rotates in a clockwise direction.
Okay, so we have there ang ato kunong ang angle measure nato, class, or an angle is formed by rotating a ray about its endpoint. So kani siya nga picture, class, we have here this one, the initial side of our angle AOB. So maingon ganit tag angle AOB, this one. Angle AOB. So meaning to say ang angle ana niya, class, is mao ni siya. Okay, this is our angle. And now, you have there ang imuhang kuan diha, class, ang imuhang terminal side is your OB, this one. The terminal side, and then your initial side is your AO. So we have here, kung mayon yun itag initial side, class, that is the kuan niya, beginning, or diha siya nagsugod. So you have there, as you can see, diri siya nag-start and then paadto iyahang angle. So this is what we call our initial side, and then for our terminal side is kung asa siya ni stop. Okay, so diri man siya ni stop, so this is your terminal side. Okay, so this is your initial side and then this is your terminal side. So this is for angle AOB. So kani siya AOB. This is the angle. Okay, and then for our angle measure, class, is naani siya duha ka possible nga answers if we are going to measure an angle. So it could be positive and it could be negative. So positive siya, class, if your angle is rotating counterclockwise. Okay? Counterclockwise gani, class, meaning to say pa left. So kani siya atong makita diri on the first figure, this is positive angle. So meaning to say padong left iyahang tuyok. Okay? On the other hand, if pabali na gani iyahang tuyok, class, which is clockwise, sunod sa tuyok sa orasan, so you have there negative ang iyahang angle. Okay, as you can see, class, na iyahang angle AOB gyapon siya, but at this time is inverted siya on our first figure. Okay, it is inverted in our first figure. And then teacher, unsaon din ni nato siya pag-ila. So if we're going to have this one in our Cartesian plane, 'di ba this is in x-axis. Kaning naa sa A nato which is our initial side. So same as our second figure, initial side pud nato is naa sa ato ang positive nga positive quadrant sa imuhang x. So ara gid magsugod ang ato ang angle measure. Diha ta mag-base niya. And we call that one as our angles in standard position. Okay, basta naa siya mag-start sa ato ang positive x-axis. So can you please read Kanyada, angles in standard position.
An angle is in standard position if it is drawn in the Cartesian plane with its vertex at the origin and its initial scale on the positive x-axis. The angles
Alpha, beta, and theta.
alpha, beta, and
Theta.
and theta in the following figure are angles in standard position.
Okay. So actually, what you had a while ago was also in standard position. So mayon ganitag standard position class, di ba? This is our Cartesian plane. So as what I have said earlier, basta kuan gani niya class ang um iyaha ganing line or ang iyahang initial side is nag-start gani sa ato ang positive nga x-axis, di ba? This is positive x-axis. And then this sa left nato is this is negative. And then this one is y positive and this one is y negative. So ang atong kuanon ana niya class is dapat naa siya matungon sa ato ang positive x-axis para na siya sa standard position. Okay? Remember, naa siya sa standard position basta ang iyahang initial side, kung asa siya nagsugod is naa siya sa x-axis, positive x-axis. And now, as you can see here, mao ni siya class, di ba? Mao ni siya alpha class, kaning A, kanang dira nagsugod. So, kano atong alpha is, di ba, nag-start siya sa positive x-axis, yes or no? Iyang initial, nagsugod ba sa positive x-axis? Yes or no? Okay, yes. So, mo nang this alpha here, the angle of alpha, this one, ang angle nga alpha is in standard position. And then we have here our beta. So, we have here our beta, naa ba siya sa positive x-axis nagsugod or iyahang initial? Yes or no? Sige, naa ba siya? Na ba siya nag-lie sa ato ang positive x-axis or naa siya nagsugod? So, tanaw na to kung asa nagsugod ang ato ang angle. Sige, ara. Angle beta, this one. Yes or no? Okay, yes, gihapon. As we can see here, di ba, inverted lang siya or bali lang siya, pero still, nagyapon siya sa positive x-axis nagsugod. Di ba, kaya atong negative x-axis na naman sa pikas, wala man siya diri nagtuyok. So, kung diri pa siya nagikan imong beta and then i-end siya diri, then that is not in standard position. But here, as you can see, naa siya sa naglay sa x-axis. Nasabtan class kung unsay naglay sa x-axis or wala. Positive x-axis.
Sabot la, sir.
Okay, sige. Questions? Before we're going to proceed for theta. Naay questions? Sige, thumbs up on the chat if walay question. Okay. Sige. Now, let's look at our theta. So, this one, theta. So, we have here theta and then mauniyahang angle class. So, naa ba siya sa standard position? Yes or no? Sige, theta. Naa ba siya sa standard position? Tanawon ra nato kung asa iyahang initial side, kung asa siya nagsugod. Naa ba siya sa positive x-axis or nasa negative x-axis? Okay. Yes, gihapon. And that is correct. I don't know if ando lang ang ako ang student diri or naapabaylain. Okay. Sige, we have here, the answer is yes. Since as you can see, nag-start ang atuang theta for our x-axis. I also put the tampos. Okay. So you have there, ang atuang theta is also in standard position. Actually, given naman dyan siya class, the angles A, B, and theta in the following figure are angles in standard position. But just to make sure nga na subtan is nag-ask lang ko. So now class, this is what we call our initial side. So meaning to say in standard position, our initial side is always in the positive x-axis. And then ang ilahang terminal side ana class is naa na sa kung asa mo stop ang imong angle. So for example, for our alpha, nag-stop yang angle is diri. So mo ni yang terminal side. Okay, mo ni yang terminal side. Is it possible for it to be in negative side? Yes, it could be, but it is not in standard position. Ang initial class ha, ang initial niya if malay gani siya on negative side, meaning to say, dili na siya standard position. Okay, and then maglisod ka og buhat og graph ana niya or magbuhat sa ihang measurement. Okay, so dapat magsugod yun ta sa tong positive x-axis. And it should be their initial side. Okay? And then for our beta class, we have here mo niyahang initial side which is ang x-axis. And then yung terminal side is mao ni siya in which dito ni stop ang iyahang angle. And then the same as well for our theta. Mo niyang initial side x-axis gihapon and then mo niyang terminal side where ni stop iyang angle. Okay, questions for angles in standard position. Before, let's proceed sa ato ang mga parts ani niya. And measurements. If no questions, you can send thumbs up in the chat. So wala pa may gisolve di aklas ha, gila-ila pa na nato siya. Later on, mag-solve ta og mag-graph pud ta. Okay? So goods ra no? Now in our angles class, here we are going to know the different measurements for each sides or for each angle that you have in your Cartesian plane. So mag-start ta sa ato ang here, sa ato ang x-axis class, so this one is 0 degrees. So, kani siya class nga part that is 0 degrees. Okay, 0 degrees ni siya. And then, if magtuyok ganita, counterclockwise class, di ba? Unsa ganito, basta counterclockwise, positive or negative? Counterclockwise. Okay. Positive. Very good. So, you have there, kung kani siya 0, and then mag-form siya 90 degrees, di ba? This is, kuan man, perpendicular line. So, here, the measure here is 90 degrees. Okay? 90 degrees ni siya. Positive, kay counter man atong patuyok. And then, next one here, so, mag-straight line na gani ka class, ang measure ana niya is 180 degrees. Okay? Counterclockwise, gyapon atong tuyok ha, maong positive ta. And then here, you have here another 90 degrees. So, i-adda nimo ang 180 degrees og 90. That is equivalent to 270 degrees. And then after that one, ang one rotation ana niya class is equivalent to 360. So, kung magtuyok na ganina siya whole diha, starting from here, that is equivalent to 360 degrees. Okay, that is the measurements if we have counterclockwise. Okay? So, on the other hand, for our clockwise class, unsa ganito? Positive, negative. Clockwise. Magpareha na sa kuan, orasan. Okay, negative. So, here gyapon, ari gyapon ta magsugod sa tuang positive x-axis. So, it measures again 0. 0 gyapon na siya diya class ha, 0. And then magtuyok man tag clockwise, so padong diri. So, that is negative 90 degrees. Okay? Negative 90 degrees. And then, paari na sa taniya, that is negative 180 degrees. And then sa babaw, that is negative 270 degrees. And then, one revolution sa imuhang clockwise, that is negative 360 degrees. Okay, remember ha, ayo jud to ninyo kalimti ang clockwise and counterclockwise. Sige, questions for this one. Okay, rataani. Okay. Now, we are going to get kung unsa de mga possible values niya. For example, here in our quadrant 1, so the measurements could be between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Mao gid na iyahang quandary class, iyahang mga degrees nga masud ani. So that is 0 degrees to 90 degrees. And then here sa tuang quadrant 2, that is from 90 degrees to 180 degrees. Okay, maora na iyahang angles diha, 90 degrees to 180 degrees. Well, here we have 180 degrees to 270 degrees. And for our quadrant 4, we have 270 degrees to 360 degrees. So, in each quadrant is na siya different nga masud ana niya. Corresponding angles. Okay, so far, questions? Clarifications, violent reactions? Naila-ila, or I think you're familiar with this one since you were talking circles when you were in grade 10. Diba? So, maila-ila ra sa jud nato siya. Sige, wala na. Walay pangutana.
None so far.
Okay. Kung wala ra, now let's proceed with our examples. Now, this time is we're going to find the measure of the angle in which atong i-apply ang atong standard position and katong angle measure. So, we have here our photo, for example, number 1. So, kuhaon na to ang measure ani niya class, kaning angle, kaning red nga makita ninyo diri. And then, try na to look at kung unsay iyahang given. So, unsay given nga atong makita diri class. Sige, unsay given nga makita na to diri. Sa picture. Sa picture lang sa mo tan-aw. Unsa may given nga makita ninyo diha. Okay, we have 80 degrees. Very good. Now, as you can see here, class, na siya 80 degrees and then naapoy angle pero ang kani siya nga angle is wala pa ta kaibaw kay x man sad siya. So, if ningon ta class nga ang kung magform og perpendicular line, so unsay measure ani niya? Sa isa kay ani. From here kani siya and then this one, 90 degrees. And then you have 80 degrees man class. So, pila kung imo siyang i-subtract, pila yung result sa x nimo? Okay, that is 10. So now, since kaybaw naman ka nga 10 ang sobra diri, and then ang 1 revolution, di ba? Pila ito ang 1 revolution? Ang isa ka tuyok or usa ka circle. Okay, that is 360. And then naman kay nakita diri nga na siya sobra nga 10. So unsaon man ni nato para makuha ni natong red diri? What are we going to do? To subtract, add, multiply, or divide? Naman kay sobra nga 10 and then diri raman ta kutob. Okay, mag-subtract ta. So we are going to subtract. Since na naman kay 10 degrees diha, we're going to subtract 360 minus 10 degrees. So what is our result? Okay, very good. That is 350 degrees. So meaning to say the measure of this angle is 350 degrees. Okay, very good. Now questions for example number 1. Sige, questions for example number 1. Okay, wala ra. Very good. Now let's go to our example number 2 class. Another question. How does dividing with this work? What do you mean by dividing? How does dividing with this work? Ansa man? Ansay dividing? If we subtract, can we divide? Actually, yes, maka-divide ka, pero in the process, we don't need to divide. Since we are asked man, what is the... Okay, ito siya ibalik. Since we are asked man about the angle of this red. Kaning red atong gipangita nga angle class ha, dili kaning blue. Pero anon gyapon na nato ang blue. Kay dapat man kuhaon nato ang blue before ta maka-result ani. Actually, there are 2 ways you can do this one. So since kabaw naman ka pilay sukod ani, that is 90 and then this is 180 and then this is 270. So i-add na lang nimo ang 80 class, makuha sa gyapon nimo ang 350. Okay? It varies kung unsay mong makita nga kuan diha nga ways unsaon nimo pagkuha sa angle ani niya. Okay? So kani siya nga way lahi pud ni siya gikuha na to ang 10 and then gi-subtract na to sa 360. Okay? So it depends pero the same gihapon ang answer. Okay? I hope natubag ra nako ang question tampos. Okay, goods na ta diri. Okay. Sige. Now, let's proceed to the next example. Now, this time, class, is we are going to get our measure of this angle. Kani siya, kaning red. And you have to know kung unsay iyahang kuan kas ha, iyahang tuyok. Clockwise or counterclockwise or unsa. So, sa atong number 2 class, is this clockwise or counterclockwise iyahang patuyok? Okay, we have clockwise. If we have clockwise, positive, negative. Okay, we have negative. So, unsaon man ni nato siya class? Unsa man atong given diri? Unsa atong given diri? We have 20 degrees and we have this one nahatag na nako which is 70 degrees. So, kung kani siya class, ari man siya ni stop sa 70 degrees. And then, pila man atong sukod ani niya class? One straight line. Pila man ni siya? Pila sukod sa one straight line. Okay, that is 180. But counterclockwise man ta class. Okay, that is negative 180. And then, you have there 70. Naman kay 70 diri. So, unsay mong buhaton? Mag-add or mag-subtract? Okay, mag-add ka. But this time is dapat ang kanimuhang 70 is also negative. Okay? Dapat negative pod ni siya. Even though positive ang gisuwat dira, pero ay mohang tuyo kay counterclockwise man, so negative gyapon ni siya. So you're going to add 180, the straight line, and then this one, or negative 180, and then this, negative 70. So pila ang result class? Negative 180 minus, plus negative 70. That is negative 250. So that is your measure of your angle. Kay kay clockwise man ta class, is it should be your answer is negative. Okay? Kay di ba ana man to siya 270 man ni diri. Sa clockwise. Sige, questions for example number 2. Questions for example number 2. So sa atong makita diri class ha, standard position ni siya. Nagyapon siya nag-start sa ato ang positive x-axis. So ma-apply na to atong angle measure og angles in standard position. If all like questions, can I see thumbs up sa chat? Okay. Now this time, let's have example number 3. So you have there, makita na to, kaning red gihapon atong kuhaan kas ha. So we have kanisiya given is 170 degrees. And then kanisiya is pila kahay sukod ani niya. So asa siya nag-start class? Is it in positive x-axis? Yes or no? Ato ang kuan, makita ba ninyo? Okay, nasa positive x-axis. Very good. So unsay tuyok niya class? Clockwise, counterclockwise? Okay, we have the counterclockwise. Very good. Now, this time, our answer should be positive kay counterclockwise man siya. So, you have there, class, nagsugod siya sa x-axis no, and then nagtuyok pa gyud siya, and then stop siya diri. So, you have there, pila ganito atong usa ka tuyok, class? Pila na siya? Okay, that is 360. And then, naman siya ni subra, class, niya, na siya diri nag-terminal side. Diri man siya ni stop sa iyang terminal side. So, unsaon man ni nato pagkuha iyang terminal side class? Ang imong given diha is 170. What are we going to do? So that makuha nimo ang sukod sa iyang terminal side from the initial. Since 170 man ni siya. So, ang one straight line kay 180 man. O, i-minus. So, unsa atong i-minus? That's correct, i-minus. Okay, 180 minus 170. Very good. Now, ika-subtract na to sa 180 minus 170 class, it measures 10 degrees. Diba? That is 10 degrees. And then, ingon man ta, since nag-start siya sa initial nga side, which is positive x-axis, so that is in one revolution, and then ibalik na sa siyag tuyok, ni stop siya sa 10 degrees. So, meaning to say, we're going to add 360 degrees plus 10 degrees. 10, kay naman siya sobra, og diri man siya ni stop. So, meaning to say, our angle here measures 370 degrees. And it is positive kay counter man siya. Okay, questions for example number 3. Questions, clarifications, violent reactions. Wala ra? Okay. So, this time, kana siya nga examples class is, ang atong gibuhat ra gyud is, kita mo'y nag-identify kung pila yung angle. Now, what if, kung ato ang given is, kita ang muplat sa angle? So, unsaon na to siya pagbuhat? We have here, duha lang atong ansiran ani, 280 and negative 120. So, we have there 280. So, dapat standard position yun na to siya class. So, meaning to say, ang ato ang angle is ari mag-start. Or ato ang initial angle is ari mag-start sa iyang x-axis. So, you have there, tanawon sa na to, 280, positive, negative. Okay, positive. So, unsa atong toyo class? Clockwise, counterclockwise? Okay, counter. So, meaning to say, since kay bawo naman ta ang mga sukod ani niya kay 0, 90, 180, and then 270, and then 280 man. So, arita mag-start. Mo na siya atong initial. and then magtuyok ta. So asa ta mo end class? 270 man ni diri. So magkuanta na mo move ra tagamay. But this time class ha is kuan na ni siya kanang say pangan ana. Nag nag-assume ra ta class ha kay wala man ta nag-use og protractor diri. But in your case is mag-use mo protractor. So you have there kani siya, di ba? 270 naman ni siya. Kay 0, 90, 180 to 70. So mag-add ra kag 10. So probably na siya diri. Sorry, hiwi. What by line ani no? Okay. So you have there. Sorry na lang ha if hiwi. So maybe mo na siya ang 280 degrees. Okay, hiwi ba? Okay. So you have there. Mo na siya to ang 280. So ay mong arrow is na diha. Kay mo na siya tong terminal side. So this time, that is your 280 degrees, which is nasiya sa quadrant 4. So, pwede nimo i-identify nga nasya sa quadrant 4. Okay. 280 degrees, and then nasya sa quadrant 4. Okay, nasundan ra ba class ang atong first example nga kitay nag-plot sa ato ang angle. Nagets ra? So we have to state the quadrant. Yeah, it depends kung unsay gihatag nga instruction pero di ako ni hatag og instruction man. But if moingon nga ihatag ang quadrant, ihatag ninyo ang quadrant. Okay. Sige, for questions for the first one. Dali oras time oy. Wala ra? Okay. Now let's proceed with negative 120 degrees. Okay, we have here negative 120 degrees. So, ato sang i-identify first. Ang atong given, positive, negative. Okay, that is negative. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Okay, clockwise. So, remember, ari gyapon ta magsugod sa tuang initial side, which is nag-start ang 0 degrees. Now, since we have there man class nga, atong giingon is counterclockwise man siya. Ay, clockwise man siya no kay negative. So, magsugod ta, di ba diri kay mao man ni siya na, 90 degrees, negative 90. So, probably ang atoang angle nga 120 is naa siya diri. Okay. So, mao ni siya atong 120. So, yung pagbutang nimo sa angle niya is like this. Hala. Struggle is real. So, mao ni siya imuhang negative 120 degrees. And then, naa siya sa quadrant 2. 3. Joke. 3. Okay. So, inaana ra siya kadali, class. And then, much better if nag-use gyud ta og protractor. Okay, so if you have protractor at home, much better nga magamit nato na siya. Okay, so questions in drawing the angle in the Cartesian plane. Questions, clarifications, violent reactions. Wala ra? Okay. So if wala ra class, then we are going to have our next discussion. Okay. Yeah, wait. Unsa man? Sige. Kuan lang sa. Ako na siya i-reserve as your kuan. Ganahan mo ansiran ang 710? Okay, sige. Ansiran lang sana tong 710. Okay, kuan man siya. Lapas biya siya. Actually, pareha ra siya sa katong ganina. Okay. So, you have there for your 710. Let's try to look at positive, negative. Positive. Clockwise, counter. Counter. So, same lang yapon diri. So, pwede na nimo i-divide daan nimong 710 kay dako-dako man jud siya. So, 710, di ba? Ang ato ang usa ka tuyok is 360 man. So, pila ka nakatuyok ang ato ang kuan? 360 sa 710. So, i-subtract nimo 710, pila man na siya? Di ba, that is 360 og 350. So, nakay isa ka tuyok. So, starting from your initial, so you have there, paana siya. So, that is already 360. So, this one is 360. And then, napaman kay 350. So, yung 350, asa man na siya mo stop. So, ara ka. Mubalik na sad ka sa 0, and then 90, and then 180 to 70. And then, diba, itong 360 kay 1 full rotation man siya. So, magkuha na sad kag 10 diha kay 350 raman. So, meaning to say, mo stop imuhang angle is ari. So, nituyo kag kausa, and then ipadayon ka, and then stop ka here. So, that is your 710 degrees. And it is in quadrant 4. Basta dako gani ang numbers class, i-divide sa siya kung pila ka buok 360 imuhang ma-apply niya or ma-divide niya. Kani kay isa raman ka 360, so usa ka full nga tuyok, and then pangitaon na din nimo ang 350 nga sobra. So ang 350 nato is here man kay 360 man ang one rotation na sad niya. So dapat natay 10 diri. Okay? Sige, questions for the 710. Goods na ta? Okay, Nanra. Okay, now this time is we're going to proceed with our next discussion. So, we are going to have converting decimal degree to DMS, or the degree, minutes, and seconds, and vice versa. Okay, so this is also like in collaboration with our degrees nga, or it is connected with our discussion a while ago nga degrees. So we have here a central angle of a circle measures 1 degree, which is written as 1 degree. So if it intercepts with 1 over 360 of the circumference of the circle. Okay? So, because as you can see, sa ato ang circle class, di ba, mama ni siya ang tuyok, no? Mama ni siya ang ganina. Pero as you can see, kuan siya kanang, usa ka move niya nga gamay class, which is, that is already 1 over 360. And that measures 1 degree. So, ang circumference sa circle kay 360 man. Di ba? 1 tuyok. So, you have there 1 minute written as this 1, and then apostrophe, is written as 1 over 60 of 1 degree. So, you have there, ang 1 degree na to, that is 1 over 360. Ang ato ang 1 minute, that is 1 over 60 sa ato ang 1 degree. And then, ang ato ang 1 second, that is written as this one, and then, kani siya, unsay tawag ani class? Kanang 2 ka apostrophe ba? Basta kana siya. And then, you have there written as 1, and then 1 second ba na siya class? If basahon. So, you have there, that is 1 over 60 sa imuhang 1 minute. Okay? Kung ato siyang ilista tanan, you have there 1 degree is equivalent to 60 minute. And then, we have here for our 1 minute, that is equivalent to 60 seconds. And then, our 1 degree is equivalent to 360 minutes ni siya class ha. Seconds ni siya, seconds. Sorry. I-edit sana ko para di mo maglibog. Okay. Okay. So, you have there. Para ninyong memorize on class sa kaninga part. So, you have there, 1 degree is equals to 60 minute. And then, 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds. And then, 1 degree is equivalent to 3,600 minutes. Okay? So, we are going to change our degrees into minute and then seconds, or our degree, minutes, and seconds, or DMS. So, ato siyang try tag convert ha. So, we have here convert each decimal degree measure to DMS. So, decimal, minute, and seconds. So, we have here 128.77 degrees. So, ang kanang whole number nimo diha class, that is already in degree. So, pwede ra na nimo siyang kopyahon. So, 128 degree. Nakuha na nimo imong D. Now, ang atong tan-aw na lang ana class is kani siyang imuhang decimal part here. You have their 0.77 degrees. And then, pila ganito atong 1 degree class? Pila yung equivalent? Pila equivalent sa 1 degree? Paganina, unsa equivalent sa 1 degree? Okay, 360. Okay, 1 degree is equivalent to 60 minutes. So we have there, we're going to multiply 0.77 degree. I-multiply nato siya sa ato ang 60 over 1 degree. Kaya ningon man ta ang 1 degree is equivalent to 60 minutes. Okay, so kana siya, to nang makancel ang 60, ang degree diha. So, makancel ang degree. So, ang mabilin is 0.77 times 60 and then over 1. So, pila man na siya, class? 0.77 times 60. Okay. Pila? 0.77. Okay, that is 46.2. So, that 46.2 class, mo na siya imuhang minutes. Okay? Mo na siya imong minutes. So, imo na sana siyang isuwat diha. So, ang may tabo, you have there 128 degrees and then 46.2 minutes. So, kanay mong whole number diha nga 46 class, that is already your minutes. So, ang kaning 0.2, mao na sana siya imong i-convert into seconds. So, sige, pila ganito ato ang 1 minute? Pila siya equivalent sa seconds? Okay, that is 60 seconds. So, mo na sad na siya. Ang kanang sobra nimo nga 0.2, mo na siya imong i-multiply sa 0.2 minutes times 60 seconds over 1 minute. So, kanay mong minute diha, makancel naman na siya. So, ang mabilin diha is 0.2 times 60. Pila ang 0.2 times 60? Okay, that is 12. So, you have there already your 12 seconds. So, kung ato nang i-change, you will have your final answer as 128 degrees, 46 minutes, and 12 seconds. Nakasunod ra, class? So, atong conversion ra ato ang kuanon, ato ang basihan. Goods ra? Okay. Nay questions? Wala. Thumbs up if wala. Thumbs down if naa. Sige, pwede mauwaw. Kasi mauwaw og question ba? Okay, wala ra. Sige, now let's proceed with our next example. We have here negative 154.795 degrees. So, same process, imong whole number diha, just copy. So, we have there negative 154 degrees. And then, ang atuang i-convert kaning 795 degrees into minutes. Kay degree, minutes, seconds man. So, same process ra gyapon ani. So, we have 0.795 times 60 minutes over 1 degree. So, cancel imong degree. So, you have there 0.795 times 60. Pila, class? That is 47.7 minutes. Okay, so copy na nato diha class. You have there negative 154 degrees and then 47.7 minutes. Now, since napamantay minutes, so seconds atong pangitaon. So, you have there 7 minutes. So, i-convert na nato siya. So, you have there, cancel ang minutes. Ang mabilin is 0.7 times 60. What's the answer? Oh, we have 42. So, you have there 42 seconds. So, our final answer is negative 154 degrees, 47 minutes, and 42 seconds. Questions? Clarifications? Violent reactions? Wala ra? Goods ra ta dire? Okay. Can I see thumbs up? Okay. Now, this time is interval na po niya itong buhaton. So, we're going to convert each DMS to decimal degree measure. So, what if ang atong given kay, kuan? Mali siya atong things to remember if we're going to convert each DMS to decimal degree. Diba, 1 degree is equivalent to 60 minutes. And then 1 degree is also equivalent to 3,600 seconds. So, kanirang duha atong i-take note last. And now, let's try to solve this one. 128 degrees, 46 seconds, 12 minutes. So, what we're going to do is, i-change ninyo siya into degree nga form, kanitanan. So, you have there, di ba, ang 128 kay degree naman siya. And then, ingon man ta nga, ato ang minutes kay over 60 siya, kay 1 degree is equals to 60 minutes man. So, you have there 46 over 60. And then, for your seconds, that is 12 over 3,600 kay 1 degree is equivalent to 3,600 minutes man. Seconds, sorry, seconds. So, ato ra siyang gi-change. And then, you're going to simplify this one. So, pila man ni siyang 46 over 60. And then, i-plus ni mo aning 12 over 3,600. Diba, that is 128.77 degrees. Sakto ba sa inyong calculator diha? Okay. I hope sakto ra, no? But actually, bali ra gyud din siya sa tong gibuhat ganina class. Nana siya diri ay. Mora na akong gikopya. So, mora sad ang nigawas. Diba? Now, let's go to our next example. Negative 154 degrees, 47 minutes, 42 seconds. So, same process ra gyud. Atong ipagawas ang negative, pwede ma-affect ang kanimuhang mga positive nga nasa sud. So, you have there negative 154. So, nasa gawas ang negative and then plus. You have there 47 over 60 plus 42 over 3,600. And the answer there is negative 154.795. You can simplify that one kasi using your calculator. Questions? Clarifications? Violent reactions? None. Okay. Sige, class. May I know if na may klase next, ani? Na ba may klase? Na. Okay. Sige, since you have class man, I think we're going to end here and then I want you to study this PowerPoint nga akong gibuhat ha. Actually, dapat last unta ni siya pero dali raman siya masabtan class. This is converting degree to radian and vice versa. So, degree to radian and then radian to degree. Okay? So, I think lesson man sa ninyo pag grade 10 ninyo. So, nana mo'y idea. So this one, 4 slides ra siya class, and then I will upload it in the LMS lang pod. And you can study this one on your asynchronous class. Okay? And then prepare for a activity and quiz for later on. Okay? So any questions? Yeah, later this day. Wala right question? So if no question, I think we're just going to end here and goodbye everyone.
Bye!
Goodbye, ma'am. Thank you.